Alright, Helldivers, today we have some pretty big news. Some from the patch notes that just came out, some from the major order, and some hidden changes you're going to want to stick around and find out about. So first off, I just want to put a giant fuck you to all the Arrowhead devs. I make a Charger video and then the next day you patch it? Come on. But in all seriousness, this is a great change. So first off, in patch 1.00.102, the amount of heavily armored targets that spawn on higher difficulties, especially for Terminids, have been a big discussion point online and internally. The intent is for groups to have to bring some form of anti-tank capability, but not to the degree previously needed. To that end, we have reduced the spawn rate of Chargers and Bile Titans on difficulty 7 and up. In addition, we have reduced the risk of spawn spikes of Chargers and Bile Titans. Basically, what this means is that you're going to see a lot less Bile Titans and a lot less Chargers in these higher difficulties where they were mostly a problem. You also won't just see a group of 3 to 4 Bile Titans spawn out of a similar breach. So this fixes a lot of complaints that people had, and I think everybody should be happy now. Also to note, they didn't just nerf the spawns of everything. There are going to be more smaller enemies to make up for the lack of larger enemies. So be prepared to deal with more hunters and brood guards. An equally large change is that the devs are kind of changing their philosophy on how they want you to take care of Chargers. Writing, "We are humbled by the community's ability to find things like Chargers leg meta in our game. However, spending your heavy anti-tank weapons on legs instead of the obvious weak point seems counter to expectation. We are not changing anything regarding the Charger's legs. We are, however, lowering the health of the Charger's head. It should now be at a point where a well-placed shot from a recoilless rifle or EAT-17 instantly kills a Charger. And with the previous patches, undocumented changes buffing the recoilless rifle in EAT damage, at least when you didn't hit that perfect shot, should mean that they are phenomenal for killing Chargers now." I played a little bit to test it out, and yes, they are way better at killing Chargers now. The leg meta is probably over. And with that, probably the railgun meta as well. Not a whole lot of uses for it anymore. They also removed the electronic countermeasure, which was a map effect that would cause you to randomly dial a different stratagem, no matter which stratagem you were trying to dial in. So if you were trying to call in your railgun, you might accidentally call in a resupply. People didn't like that one, so they removed it, and they're going to be working on it in the future. All right, so now for the more interesting stuff. The major order dropped, and this is a big major order. The Helldivers are called to activate the TCS. Once activated, it will inoculate each planet with termicide, quarantining the bugs permanently. Now, a lot of people are overreacting to this. Some people were initially worried about was, oh, we're already going to get rid of the Terminid faction immediately. And others were wondering, oh, this might mutate the Terminids and create a whole new bug variant, which we'll talk about in a second. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be neither of these. The only thing that it's permanently removing them from is the barrier system. The major order even says it itself. The termicide dispensing towers have been built all over every barrier planet. They need only to be activated to quarantine the bugs for good. Which just means they're going to be gone from our barrier planets, and this part of the faction war is over. They won't be able to enter this sector again. Or will they? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We're still going to have to deal with the Terminids on the other planets, but I think this might be setting up for possibly automaton stuff? Possibly cyborgs? But we don't know, so don't jump to conclusions. However, and this is the big juicy stuff that I made you wait for, have I edged you? There have been reports over democracy's many fronts that there is a new breed of flying Terminid. Litnos on Reddit, a brave democratic patriot, said that they were in a difficulty 5 mission on Fenrir 3 with an obscured minimap modifier. It's a side objective called Shrieker Lair, like the Stalker. They only came out when I came close. You can call in a hell bomb on the location, but the 500 kg did it too. The EAT only tried one shot, didn't work, so my guess is it's similar to the research lab in that aspect. In other words, there's really no way of guaranteeing you'll be able to find this on the map, just like how you don't know whether or not there's going to be a Stalker. In the screenshot, you could see the spore thing, so I wonder if the lair is connected to the spores themselves, because they did say they had an obscured map modifier as well. I'm not gonna lie, Fenrir 3 is my main map that I usually go to, and even when I was testing this out, I couldn't really find any myself. I'd like to believe this is real, especially because people have been recently posting the cover art from Helldivers 2, which included these flying enemies in the main cover art, along with meteors and other enemies. Seeing as we have recently acquired meteors, I would think that maybe we've gotten the flying enemies? So if any of you find them, please let me know in the comments. I want to know how often we can find them, if they even exist, and whether this is Terminid propaganda or a true democratic whistleblower. Oh, also the free Exo Patriot suits, no longer available. Sorry. You'll actually have to be level 25 before you can acquire them now. A bonus note for those of you who didn't know, if you call in the exosuit, the ship will actually shoot enemies for you, and I've even had it destroy a spore spawner with just calling in the exosuit. It's hilarious. Speaking of the exosuit, it is kind of bugged right now, and the devs are aware of some of the issues with it. For example, the main one is the exosuit can destroy itself with rockets if it fires while turning. That is a big one. I've died to it myself, it's pretty frustrating. But in these patch notes, they acknowledge it at the bottom and they will be fixing it soon. So that's good. The exosuit is actually pretty fun and good to use. It's just kind of squishy, and you don't like killing yourself a lot of the time. To wrap this up, I will say a lot of people were thinking I was shit-talking the devs in the last video. That couldn't be farther from the truth. I think the devs are doing a great job and they're communicating with the community. The biggest issue that I think they need to fix right now to make the community a little bit better is to fix the weird PS5 lobby issues, which essentially gives everybody in a lobby with a PS5 player extra damage and can one-shot Bile Titans.
We've got fresh reports of a weak point on the Bile Titans.
Hail them! Heavy, northwest, close.
If it opens its mouth, one well-placed shot with the railgun will liberate these puppies instantly.
That's how you one-shot him, dude. Every single time you can do that. That is crazy.
Okay, so now I want to quickly take a look at this photo here to show you guys what I'm going for exactly. This is not going to be consistent every single time, but it makes it 10 times easier to go against Titans. This spot right here, I think that's what does it. Always aim for this specific area, and it works for both sides.
Reinforcements have been launched.
I added this while I was editing the video, just to clarify. But here is me on Twitter. I debunked this literally about a week ago. I think actually a week ago now. And these 3 clips not only show you that you can, in fact, one-shot Bile Titans, but that each clip was showing you a different weak spot, in quotes, on where to one-shot the Bile Titans. The only thing that was consistent among all 3 clips was the fact that they were PS5 players. Also, I want to reiterate, because some people aren't going to read the PSA that I have on screen right now. Hey, audio-only listeners. Ooh, called you out big time. That I'm not hating on PS5 players. I'm only hating on the people that deny this bug exists and will just tell people to get good when they're clearly playing on the baby version. Also, some people didn't like the term digital apartheid, but that shit's funny as fuck. I'm sure Nelson Mandela would dap me up for that. Back to the video. It makes the game kind of frustrating for other people when they are trying to discuss balance changes and suggest that, you know, Bile Titans and Chargers are a little difficult to deal with in groups. And then a random PS5 player or someone who has a PS5 friend comes in, calls you a noob, and says you need to get good because Bile Titans are easy to kill, when in reality they're playing a bug version of the game. Or maybe that's how the devs intended it to play. I wouldn't mind one-shotting a Bile Titan. Please give me that, devs. Anyway, sometimes I know console players get the short end of the stick, so this is their revenge against all PC players. In the end, who cares? Go out there and activate the Terminid Control System, and let's spread managed democracy once again. See you on the field, soldiers. Also, with the charger change, meaning you can do more damage to its head, and the arc thrower kind of auto-aiming to the head regardless of where you are when you're shooting at a charger, means the arc thrower is even better now. This is probably going to become the community's new brain dead gun. I'm going to go ahead and guess that right now. So enjoy it while you can, everybody, because this thing is, chef's kiss. Arc thrower chads unite. Actually, a PS at the end of the video. I find it interesting how a lot of these patches are all based around Terminids. Once the TCS is online, we need to start looking out. I don't know what these automatons are up to, but it's a little quiet. Too quiet. Swag Money 69, gooning out. Oh, no, it's bouncing off. I don't want you to bounce off. Oh, maybe this will... Oh, this unlucky little guy. You unlucky bastard. Well. Sucks to be you.
About a nice cup of liver tea.
That's what I've been asking for. Wait, where did my spear go? Oh, I forgot. It's on the corpse of this bug. Alright, let's go see if we can't find another charger. You've got to be shitting me. I'm stuck. Step bro. I can't even kill myself. Can I target this? I'm actually stuck. Oh, let's see if this works.
Sending down equipment package.
Modern problems require modern solutions. Oh, now its corpse is just slightly more broken up. Okay, well, thankfully, the expendable anti-tank has a shorter cooldown. I don't know if anyone's ever watched 127 hours, but I don't have a hacksaw on me. You've got to be shitting me. All right, well, taking the easy way out.